Hi guys, in this video we're going to show you how you can create YouTube thumbnails inside of Midjourney and how you can get really creative with the different imagery and the situations and characters that you put into your Midjourney illustrations so that you can create really creative thumbnails just like the one that I'm showing you right here. So you can notice that this is based on the Ghostbusters idea, and that I used a lot of the elements from the Ghostbusters movie, and I created a likeness of myself as a mad scientist being trapped into a ghost trap, and I am also the ghost hunter as well. I'm over here hunting the ghost with my plasma beam, and not plasma beam but proton beam, and this is how I created it and how you can create it too. Midjourney is great at creating these different details of these different elements, but it's not good at putting them in the right position and in the right spots. We're going to take the images that Midjourney gives us and then use Photoshop to do a montage of the images and really combine the images into a cohesive storytelling piece of artwork that you can put in your thumbnail. Because the most important thing with your YouTube thumbnails is that you want it to tell a story without using a lot of words, so that people are curious to click on your video and watch it. If you can convey that through an illustration and without using many words, then you can get a higher click-through rate and get more people to watch your video. Let's move on and let's show you step by step how you can create an image like this. Whatever theme that you can think of, dream of, Midjourney can do it, and you can create thumbnails based on your vision that you have in your head and put it on the screen without being techie or being an expert at creating illustrations. Basically just some basic tools in Photoshop and you can create an image just like this. Let's get started. I posted this tutorial on my website at gianroberts.com/Midjourney image prompts. You go to that webpage and scroll down to the bottom. This is one of the last tutorials on this page. If you're just beginning with Midjourney, scroll to the very top of the page and you will get step-by-step instructions how to set up your Midjourney account, how to use Discord as the prompt generator, and how to set up your thing, how to set up a private room, all that kind of stuff, how to do your first different image prompts, the different image prompts available. There's a lot of information on this page, but this is one of the tutorials on there, and I show you step by step how to create YouTube thumbnails simply by following these steps. There's a tutorial on here on how to get your likeness in Midjourney. I'm not going to cover that in this tutorial. I'm just going to show you how you can get the different elements that you need to create an image like this. The first thing is to create the background. The background image I created with this prompt right here. It says imagine Ghostbusters, ghost in room of haunted house, volumetric, I don't know how to say that, volumetric lighting, and then the aspect ratio is 3:2, quality 1. And I am using version 4 of Midjourney. This is what it gave me back. It gave me 4 images back. And I'm going to blow this up for you. These are the 4 images it gave me back. I think I chose number 4. Number 4, the bottom right here, is the image that I chose in my illustration. Let's go back to the tutorial. The next thing I created was the ghost trap, and the image prompt that I used here was imagine Ghostbusters. What I wrote was imagine Ghostbusters, a 6x12 rectangle metal box with caution tape on its side panels on the floor. I wanted the perspective of it being on the floor, that's important, and the caution tape, I wanted to have some kind of elements on the side. The top of the metal box has an open barn door with a beam of light shining from it, action shot, and then a 3:2 aspect ratio, quality 1. Now you notice that it rendered me a box, but there's no door on top with a beam of light coming out. Midjourney didn't just ignore that prompt entirely, but it did create me a nice box. I chose that box. You can see it right there on the screen. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use that box and I'm going to add my own beam of light coming up out of it inside of Photoshop. The next prompt was creating this mad scientist, and there's a tutorial where I talk about how to get your likeness in Midjourney. It's on this page as well. I put imagine and then my face there, my face URL, and then as a mad scientist, high angle, medium shot, and then the priority was 5 on this. The shocked look on his face, wispy white hair, blue glow background. That was a priority 4. And then face wrinkles, old, simple, dull, low quality, generic, poor. I think that's a negative prompt. Yeah, those are negative prompts. So that's -2. Those are the things I didn't want was face wrinkles, old, simple, dull, low quality, generic, poor, and poorly composited. And then I had a seed from an image that I created of myself. That was the seed image number right there. And that's how I got this image here. I used that image in Photoshop as one of the elements. Then I created this character here. Tried to make it with my likeness. I wrote Ghostbusters, Unreal Engine, which is a character engine model, wide shot, full length body view, character design, Ghostbusters movie style, city landscape with many visible ghosts. Quality 2 or priority 2, full length body portrait, male, G. Allen Roberts, which is my character, G. Allen Roberts character, facing the camera, G. Allen Roberts character, as standing wearing Ghostbusters uniform with brown boots. References feet, that it would show his feet, his full body. I was having trouble having Midjourney creating a full body figure. I kept mentioning full body and feet and stuff like that so that it would render me a full body image. Foreground, lit beams, many ghosts. Didn't, just ignored that prompt entirely. Didn't render me any ghost. Being captured by light trap, volumetric lighting, no fat face, skinny wrinkles under eyes, eye bags under eyes, hat gear, blah blah blah. I didn't want a hat, and I had a seed reference image of myself that I had rendered earlier. This is what it gave me. It ignored a lot of it. If you write a prompt that's too complex, it will pick and choose what it's going to render. And I was satisfied with this rendering of this guy holding at least he was holding something in his hands, such a proton beam, and I was able to use that. And I like the uniform, and the face I then replaced with my face app, which I talked about in the tutorial up earlier on the page, how to use face app to replace the face to make it look more like yourself. And I want to take you to the step-by-step right now. You see here that this is the box element, this is the scientist element, this is the ghost hunter element, and I'm going to combine these all into my scenes here. The first thing I did is I took the background image and just kept that as is. Then I added the ghost hunter to the right here, number 2 ghost hunter, added him to the right, just took Photoshop, put him on a different layer, then used the layer mask and just the airbrush tool around him, and it gave me that look. On the airbrush tool, you want to put the percentage around 20%, or that will allow you to do some transparency effects in the mist around him. Then I added the box, and I drew in Photoshop with the little pen tool. I drew in these black barn doors, and I had made a little white square in the middle of that box, that when I put the light element on top of it, it would have a white thing there. Then you see here, also added a drop shadow on the side of the box going to the floor from the barn door, and then the light shining, hitting against that barn door, creating this shadow. It's going to be a very long shadow. And then the scientist, added him and add several different layers of the scientist on top of each other with different, I have one at screen, one at I think object, whatever the different layer filters are, you can add different effects. Luminosity was another one. You can add that and make him look like he's glowing and transparent. And then I added a light beam on top of it that I got from a different rendering of an image. And that light beam was a V-shaped light beam going up. Added that, added the screen option there for that layer. And then the proton beam also got from a different rendering. Just copied and pasted that in there, and then added the transparency, did the hue saturation color change, matched the proton gun that he's holding, proton beam gun. The last step was I added the text using the same color scheme that's in the imagery, using bright colors so it attracts attention, and just kept it very simple. And then the story of the image was that they're fighting ghosts, and I said don't be scared, step-by-step guide for beginners. And that was the artwork, and that's how I created the artwork for my thumbnails. And this is how I create the artwork for a lot of my thumbnails on my channel. If you want to look at other thumbnails, go scroll through my channel, take a look at the other thumbnails on my channel, and you can see the different illustrations that I come up with to illustrate different points about my videos are about. I hope you have fun with Midjourney and that you try and experiment and create your own unique images on Midjourney. I look forward to talking to you soon. Again, go to my website at Gian Roberts for more information just like this. Talk to you soon. You subscribe to this channel because I upload daily videos on how to establish. I look forward to talking to you soon. If you like the information in this video, then you're going to love this video right here. Go ahead and click on it now. Thank you for watching to the very end of this video. I'll see you in the next episode.